Well, welcome back to another Dynodaze video. As you can see, a beautiful FN2 on the dyno. Now, this car's actually in for quite a bit of work today. Exhaust manifold, inlet manifold, those sorts of things, and also a tune at the end. So we've decided, for the benefit of this video, we shall run it in its current form first, then we'll modify it, and then we will map it, so that you've got a true, accurate reflection of the power that's been gained today. So here we go. Okay, so as promised, this is our starting point. So before we modify the car, before we tune it, she has currently got 209 brake horsepower. Time to unstrap it, time to get it on the ramps and fit some parts. All available on the website. FN2 mapping today. It came in and we did initial power run.
We did do initial power run, yeah, on this car.
Because we wanted to see. We wanted to give you...
They'd driven the car some distance this morning anyway, so we felt that it was, well, it was hot anyway, so at that point it wasn't really going to make much difference to a power run.
Yeah, so we thought we'd give you the day's result as opposed to just the map result.
Yeah,
we'd give you the whole day's result.
Yeah.
So this car's today had fitted a Japspeed 4-to-1 manifold mated to its Tegiwa 70mm exhaust system.
Yeah, it was already on the car.
It had fitted an RRC inlet manifold, which we love.
With the standard throttle body.
Standard throttle body, but...
onto a Dynodaze induction kit.
I don't want to feel negative about everything, but...
No, I don't think there's no... I don't think that we are feeling negative about anything. We've seen these RRC inlet manifolds, and this setup makes them really, really good power. But they've always been coupled with the CPL induction kit or the Skunk 2 induction kit, where obviously you're getting plenty of fresh air down from the inside, and obviously they're a good bore induction kit. We know that the K20s will love a good 3.5 inch bore induction kit. 3 inch to 3.5 inch bore is where they're optimized. 3.5 really is best. And the Dynodaze reduction kit,
it's not that you could put it inside one of those.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. But the customer did say that to me. He says, I feel the only weak link I've got here today is the Dynodaze induction kit.
He's right.
He said, I wasn't happy with the quality of it and it seemed a bit cheap. And I said, well, it is cheap because it is half the price of all the other induction kits.
It is, yeah, absolutely. It's half the price, but I feel like it's cost him like significant power here.
Well, no, not necessarily. I think it came here at 208 originally this morning, which, to be fair, just had a catback exhaust on it and the Dynodaze induction kit.
I'm going to highlight that's peak numbers here.
Yeah, sorry.
This is important.
Yeah, this was peak numbers, yeah. And then we finished with a peak number this afternoon of 220. Now, I do believe if the induction kit was bigger, we would have at least stuck another 10 on that, I reckon. I reckon it was
We've
worth
seen
10.
cars make more.
Yeah. And...
But looking at the graph, if you didn't know the figures, if you didn't see the figures, the graph, you have made power right across the rev range. In the
literally.
In the mid range, there's still nearly 40 brake there.
Yeah, gone from, I mean, even from initial pull, there's power there.
Yeah.
But like from 4,000 onwards, like you say, we've got 40 in the mid range and we've got around 10, probably from sort of.
We were having this discussion about the wheel horsepower, weren't we? It's actually made 20 wheel horsepower peak, but the correction figure has equated for ambient air temperatures, barometric pressures, and losses.
Yeah, because this is another thing. This is what we're talking about. There's so many things when it comes to the dyno that you can cheat it, obviously, if people want to input their own information.
We actually can't do that because we've got a weather station.
Yeah, got a weather station, and it inputs that data automatically for us. Now, so you can't do that. Now, what has happened in this particular instance, when Dan's talking about we've made 20 brake horsepower and wheel horsepower, or 20 wheel horsepower, but that's not equated to 20 brake in, that is, that when you look at the transmission losses, obviously we've been doing pull after pull after pull.
So after a couple of hours of tuning,
yeah, the tyre pressures have obviously raised, which creates less drag. Obviously, gearbox oil has got thinner, so that creates less drag. So when you have your drag line at the end of it, because
that's part of the correction figure.
Yeah, it has less drag, so therefore it adds less to your wheel horsepower.
If you've ever been here and watched your car on the dyno, you'll see that our dyno actually. You power up and you get to the red line and then you coast down to a stop, and it's that coasting part that the actual dyno is measuring the losses.
Yeah, measuring the losses. It adds those losses to wheel horsepower to give you brake horsepower. Now, to explain what the difference is there is when we ran this car first thing this morning, it obviously hadn't been continually ran, so the gearbox oil was a little bit thicker, the tyre pressures are possibly a little bit lower, and therefore it created more drag. So then it added more drag to the wheel horsepower to give us our figure this morning, and then obviously as we've gone through the day, we've created less drag as it's gone on and it's got warmer, and then obviously that's equated to, it's ended up being a big number between the two as in 20 brake horsepower, but when you calculate the losses and everything's into it, it equates to 10, so it's all just over 10. So it's just one of those things. But
if we were in America, which we're not, but if we were in America, we would only be looking at the wheel horsepower figures, and therefore today at peak we've made 20 wheel horsepower.
That's right. But that's not how we do it here. It's not how we do it here. But I'm really happy with the graph. It's lovely and smooth. It's nice and linear. This will feel completely different.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure he will now have the bug and he'll be swapping out his Dynodaze induction kit for a CPL in no time at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. Let's have a look at the graph.
Let's have a look at the graph.
Let's do it.
So here is the graph in question, and as you can see, lowered the VTEC, extended the rev range somewhat to 8.6, and a power across the rev range, just power. The area under the graph is larger. Yeah, that's a good result. We finish on 219 brake horsepower, 220, and yeah, so at the wheels we've got 185 from 164. So there we go. It is my personal piece of advice to not purchase a Dynodaze induction kit, but there are many available. We would say the CPL, the Skunk 2, the Hybrid Racing, those sorts of things down in this area. But yeah, beautiful, nice car, really nice car, and hopefully he's going to go and enjoy that now and do some thrashing about in it
And yes, code word thrashing. I like that. And we'll see you all at the next one, won't we, Rich?
Will indeed.
We will indeed. No.
Before, and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.